This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, proud sponsor of the New Zealand Olympic team.
Within the past hour, the controversial final step's been taken so you can buy shares in state-owned assets.
But there's now a threat of legal action that could force costly delays. With those details, here's political editor Corin Dan. Corin.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, a defining piece of legislation for this key-led government tonight has passed its way through Parliament. Quite remarkable, really, whether you agree with this policy or not, the fact that they sought a mandate, campaigned and have pushed that legislation through. Of course, they won't be popping the champagne corks behind me in the beehive just yet. They know there are pitfalls with any sales process which is to come, and that's perhaps why we saw a bit of a preemptive move today with this warning of possible legal threats. It's long been the government's aim to get 49% of Mighty River Power on the block by the end of September. And while that remains its goal, it warns legal action from Māori could hold things up.
There's no merit to any litigation, and that the issues of water, which sit at the heart of any potential litigation, have been well and truly covered off through lots of other things we're doing. But I'm just simply saying that there is always a risk.
One threat of legal action comes from central North Island iwi, Ngāti Tuwharetoa. It owns lake beds and rivers from which Mighty River Power draws water to generate electricity, and it wants compensation. The government's confirmed it is talking to Tuwharetoa about water rights issues, and it's acknowledged it could hold back some Mighty River Power shares and give them to the iwi as part of a future treaty settlement.
Possible that in that context, as part of their treaty settlement, they may be interested in shares in the energy companies. Because they live with the assets. We certainly don't rule that out.
The idea drew a mixed response from opponents of the SOE sales.
Obviously, from my point of view, it's not a good thing. I want the assets to stay in public ownership, but I can see the logic of what the government's proposing.
It's a sign of desperation. I mean, iwi asked for that right at the start, and he said no.
The government maintains negotiations with Tuwharetoa have been carried out in a good spirit, and the iwi is not trying to be opportunistic.
This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, proud sponsor of the New Zealand Olympic team.